goodness me. I feel like people are wondering who taught you to snap.
I didn't even know we were on at that time.
But you were doing,
doing it wrong.
A dance.
Welcome, it's a Tuesday edition here. Now, this is it, yeah, for today. Electronic television was first successfully demonstrated in San Francisco on September 7, 1927.
Yeah.
And
7 years before, the system was designed by Philo Taylor Farnsworth. He'd been working on it since 1920.
yes, and the rest they say is absolute history. Of course, television has evolved from its inception and birthed the likes of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And today represents an iconic and special day all around the world. Today is World Television Day.
Yay! This year, the theme for World Television Day is accessibility. A reminder of the importance of responsible broadcasting.
Yeah. Well, you know, we've done everything possible to make sure we are very responsible with what we bring to you. We do everything we can to make sure the standard is as high as possible.
Absolutely.
And we're always wary and conscious of who exactly could be watching at any time of the day, especially with all our expressions, the terms we use, the information we give you, everything we share with you. We actually really do a lot.
Absolutely responsibly tailored for the audience.
Yeah.
And that's why we bring you the best hosts across the nation. But of course, and one of which is, of course, Winnie. I'm not going to say the rest, but Winfrey's in the kitchen here with us. How you doing, Winfrey?
I'm doing good. Good morning, guys. Happy World Television Day.
Ah, thank you very much.
Without television, you guys won't have jobs. I hope you know that.
Hey, well, there are other. Well, we're not gonna take
You won't
a light
have
away
this
from
job.
television. Maybe not this job.
Which you love so much. So yeah.
I do love it actually. There's nothing like waking up in the morning and say,
Yeah.
I'm going home. Oh, sorry. I'm going to see the people that actually make my, you know, that kind of thing. I love it. It's a very fun place for me. Fact.
So we should probably reminisce a little later on about the different types of televisions we've had as we were growing up. But we've meticulously curated a special edition to get you on the edge of your seats today.
Absolutely. Yes. And to let you guys know, it is a no bluff. Let's dive right into the show. My name, of course, is Mazino Appeal.
And I'm Titilaya Oyinson. You can, of course, use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be a part of the best breakfast show on Nigerian TV.
See us live. You're doing that already, perhaps, maybe. It's 16 for GOTV, of course, 49 for UHF, 1-1 for StarTimes. And if you are across the world, you can always carry us with you any place you're going. Mobile app is available for download Google Play Store and iOS.
Yes, indeed. GOTV has us on channel 16 and UHF on channel 49. As long as you're following us on social media, you won't miss a thing. Talking Facebook, X, Threads, Instagram, or join at TVC Connect.
It's that easy. Now, for World Television Day, let's let you guys know what we've curated for you for a Tuesday. For short films are generally used for industry experience and as a platform to showcase talent, and we know how much a big deal it is. And joining us today to talk about their short films is Mide Glover and also Nyoma Onyekwele.
And on parenting, we're joined by Omorimi Obidairo. Now, she is the founder of Haven Edu Services, a childhood ed tech firm, and she's going to be discussing the power of play and making the most out of it.
Yeah. For a musical performance, we have Onyekachi Chukwudi, a highly talented and also spirit-filled, fast-rising gospel singer, songwriter as well, and a recording artist, and he'll be performing to Song My Worship.
Ese Ayagbene is a practicing counseling psychologist specializing in working with individuals. She is the founder of SIME Africa. The primary objective is aiding clients in overcoming trauma and enhancing their medical resilience. Today, we're going to be talking about myths and facts about suicide.
Collins Ifeanyi Onwineme, he's popularly known as Marvin Grandpa. He's the president of Artists Managers Association in Nigeria, and you'd be surprised to know exactly who he is. He joins us today on a conversation on this and much more in the music industry. There's a little secret I'm not telling you guys now, but maybe I'll let you know just before. Lots of familiar faces in those pictures there.
Yeah,
That's
well.
someone who's been in the industry for a very long time.
Yeah, indeed, indeed.
Makes us feel like babies, actually.
Yeah. World Television Day.
World Television Day.
What is the earliest television you remember from your house?
4 p.m.
What? Say it again.
4 p.m. Box
Okay.
TV, stripes, lines.
Oh,
The
stripes,
multicolor
lines,
bands.
Yeah.
Box TV. Did it have like the doors that open?
No, that's not her era.
No, it
That's
didn't.
mine.
Oh, that's your
That's my era, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were
Well,
there
mine-
televisions in your era?
Yeah.
Of course, there were
so
televisions, Winfrey.
Television.
The ones that you
We actually have to.
the picture ones?
So I remember the earliest one I remember was red. It had a red body, black face, and it had, like the microwave
knobs, yeah.
knob.
2 of them, yeah.
So you had to switch the channel by
Yeah.
turning the
Click,
knob.
click, click,
click, click, click, click. And then if you go back and then come back again, it'll be clearer.
Oh,
Yeah.
technology I don't know about.
And then you have to tap it at the top.
Boom, boom.
Bah.
It's like my cousin, you have to
And
beat
then
it
it will
before
be
he
clear.
works.
To be
And you're
honest,
like, okay, we're set. And then you just hope it stays like that. And then if it starts to fizzle out again, you go back. Papa.
Wow, the memories actually. You brought back memories
When-
of bands and 4 p.m.
Yeah.
There was nothing, the world didn't start until 4 p.m. literally.
Yeah.
And then the black and white TVs, you have to slide open with the knobs and everything. It
Yeah.
was very interesting. I never knew, however, at that time that I was going to end up in TV. I didn't know I was going to end up in TV
Yeah.
5 years ago, or maybe 6 or 7.
Okay.
But I will say this, I've worked in other media platforms, but TV for me is the best.
Yeah.
It is the least toxic. It is not toxic at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there are, rules and
Yeah, it's the
controlling.
conditions,
Perhaps. But it also has to do with people and the fact that you all have the same goal, the same, you want to give happiness, you want to,
No,
it's an emotion, if
not
you get what I
everyone-
mean.
No, I disagree.
you want
It's
to
not everyone
share
on TV that wants to give happiness.
So maybe that's more of social media now. But
No,
earlier
even on
on,
TV.
everyone on TV was supposed to be smiling and looking at you with giving you a happier outlook. It was a window to something.
I agree with you. I also agree with
beyond.
her. I mean,
Yeah.
the doom and gloom that comes from certain media platforms.
Like news platforms.
All I'm saying, I'm not
Yeah.
saying people, I believe that, I just believe, if we left people and left television, it would still be as terrible as social media. So because of the regulations constantly put and implemented, that is why we could filtrate and make sure that whatever is going out literally had that chair and smile, and that's just all I'm saying.
So this is probably like a call for them to regulate social media.
Yeah, and then also people that were on TV had to be professional. Now, not anyone or everyone could actually get on TV.
Yeah.
So yeah, you had trainings to go through,
Yeah.
things like that.
Right now, you don't think it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, I agree with you. 'Cause,
Certainly not.
In any case,
Yeah.
congratulations to everybody who's on TV, every host out there. Congratulations, World TV Day. Let's celebrate it together. Let me first off give an award to
That's a TV award.
Miss Nigeria
so-
International TV Host of the Year, Miss Titi Onyisa, which was an award she won over the weekend.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You also won one over the weekend as well. We didn't bring it, but yes.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by
Thank you.
great ladies here for television, and it's a privilege to work with these two and everybody else here. Yes, including you, MM.
Thanks for staying with us. My name is Winfrey Bilishi, and it's time for the news. We are starting in faraway Germany, where President Bola Tinubu is championing the call for promotion of good governance in all sectors of the economy. During his presentation, President Tinubu says what African country needs is the assistance to leapfrog from where it is today to where it needs to be. TVC News State House correspondent Femi Akondi has been monitoring the summit in Germany and now reports.
President Bola Tinubu leads Nigeria for the first time to attend the G20 Compact with Africa Summit in Berlin, Germany. He is here to meet German businesses and convince them to invest in Nigeria. President Tinubu was part of a panel discussion on the role of Germany private sector in fostering the local value chains and investments in Africa. He assured German investors that Nigeria gives the best return on investments.
As a visit to Africa recently, is equally an indication that Europe is serious to do business with Africa. The good governance promotion in all sectors of our economy in Africa and stability of governance, in Nigeria in particular, I would say, it is an indicator that, yes, changes are at the door, not far off.
Germany is already making inroads into the African market, especially with the hydrogen office established in Nigeria that seeks to partner with African countries in expanding renewable energy. The German Chancellor Olaf Scholz also committed to providing investments worth 4 billion euros across Africa.
People in Africa. And going around learning about the countries is also key because it gives you the chance to see that this is not just a place where you can sell goods to. It's also a very good place for foreign investment, direct investment. It's also a society you will find where people are trying to be at the forefront of developments we have, may it be in some aspects of technology.
Just like Nigeria, other African leaders relish the opportunity for economic growth and development created by the G20 Compact with Africa.
It was important.
Let's talk security now. Armed bandits have killed a mobile policeman attached to Maru Police Division in a fresh attack on Ruwa Doruwa community in Maru local government area of Zamfara State. The policeman was shot dead in front of the district head's residence while trying to repel the attack. The bandits were also said to be abducted 15 persons, including the wife of the district head of the area. TVC News gathered that the terrorists invaded the community early hours of Sunday on motorcycles with sophisticated weapons. Our source says the mobile policeman was fatally shot in front of the traditional ruler's house, which led to his death. And outside Nigeria now, a group of 28 premature babies evacuated from a besieged hospital in Gaza on Sunday have crossed into Egypt. It's thought they are traveling to an Egyptian airport before being assessed and moved into hospitals. The babies were patients at the Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza City, now occupied by Israeli forces after heavy fighting. Earlier, the Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza said an Israeli airstrike on a different hospital killed at least 12 people. Israel has not commented, but says it's attacking terrorists and terrorist infrastructure in the Gaza Strip. Meanwhile, Qatar, which is trying to broker a deal, says only very minor obstacles remain to Israeli hostages being released. The Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza says 13,000 people have been killed in territory since Israel began its campaign against Hamas. Israel began attacking Gaza after Hamas fighters crossed the border on 7 October, killing 1,200 Israelis and taking more than 200 hostages. And that's all for the news for this hour. More to come on Wake Up Nigeria. Do stay with us.
Welcome, and it's time for What's Up and About for a Tuesday and for World Television Day.
Yeah.
Just have to always push that in. That's something very interesting I want to talk about. Ladies! Why do people do this?
Why do we do what?
Why do people lie?
I don't understand.
Lie.
So you left your house this morning to come and call us liars today, have you?
Okay. That's on a softer note. But Lucky Lady puts up on, I think this is Instagram, her name is Maria Mobona. She says, Una no tell me say to maintain low-cut hair, low-cut healthy hair cost to, I'm not happy. And then she shares a receipt of her, a picture of her hair, her in a new hairdo, and the receipts that, how much it costs. And it reads, 325,100 naira.
Wait, to
for
maintain
low cut.
Okay, you're actually in the best position to answer this question, you know.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
First of all, thank you very much. My name is Mazina Apio. I am in the best position. Now, let me say this. Two things here. First off, I don't think that it should cost that much. I think it's the extra bits that perhaps she's putting into her hair that's perhaps making it that much. But my question is, why do people feel the need to want to always share or tell about these expenditures that they make? Does it make you feel any better about whatever it is you're purchasing or whatever service it is? What are you doing to the greater community when you start sharing these expensive product or whatever or services that you have purchased?
So now, before you jump in,
because if it's your lucky thing, fine, leave
one
it in
observation.
lucky. Do not influence our first stack barbers.
Before you
start charging over
one observation.
1,500 naira for low cuts.
You notice that statement started with lucky lady, right?
Lucky lady.
It's very intentional. So that's just what I wanted to say. That's
Okay.
That's all. But there's Lekki, then there's Ikoyi, and there's Banana Island.
There's also
So
That's
the
why.
thing.
That's why I said Lekki.
Ikoyi cannot.
Ikoyi.
No, Ikoyi is not the same
But
flex.
no, but that's
Ikoyi is not the same flex.
No.
Ikoyi is a different flex.
It's a
Oh,
flex.
yes, it
I think we just
is,
nailed it.
honey.
It's a flex.
Yes, it is.
But
That's
when
the word.
So this is not to say that we're not feeling her pain on spending so much. But the thing
No,
is,
we're
why
not.
are
I'm
you
not.
talking?
I
Why
totally
are
am
you
not.
talking about it? Is what Mazino is. Why are you sharing?
Boasting about it?
I don't know if it's a boasting.
It is a boast. Because we don't need to know. You can go home and look good when you come out for any occasion. Like,
No.
thank
In
you
this
very
situation,
much.
she's complaining.
She's complaining.
She's
It's a
complaining.
rant. It's a
She's
rant.
Does she want the money back?
No, wait now. So apparently she's forming. She did not know. She just went to Sauce Salon and entered inside. She didn't ask anybody.
No,
she
they
just
don't
entered
have price
inside. they don't have price list. Then the people there
No,
too
there
were
are some
also
salons that don't
oblivious.
have price list too. Like, okay,
So
so there
the
was
salon that would charge me 300 something thousand would not have a price list.
There's no
okay,
place
so
to wash with.
let me tell you. Let me say. So the hair you have on now, these beautiful braids you have on now. I went to a particular braiding place, and there were braids of about 150,000 naira. Yes, that's just to do the braiding itself. There were actually attachments of human hair to be braided in that cost another about 100,000 naira. So yes, I get it if it's like braids or attachments or fillings or whatever. But this is hair dye, maybe a head massage. She got a head massage. Maybe some texturizer, right?
So believe me,
Yeah,
right?
so-
Believe me, Titi.
I'm looking at you.
I'm trying to
I'm
calculate.
counting with you. I'm
Yeah,
calculating.
I'm calculating with the texturizer. Maybe she collected the whole package.
Yeah, there's actually a list.
The
She actually-
gel.
There is a list. Yeah,
The
because she
receipt-
the
snaps
receipt
the
gives
receipt.
hair mender, hair talk keratin mix.
Oh,
There's also hair talk vitamin oil.
Oh, okay.
She's got naked keratin plus.
Keratin
And also silver conditioner and some silver shampoo.
Oh, interesting.
Made out
Also
of
the
pure
Is the
dye.
hair dye in there? Is
The hair dye is not in there. Maybe she brought that from home.
No.
You know, I'm wondering
So
how much
each
that
and
would
every
cost.
of those products, I'm just trying. You know me, I'm always the advocate now. Let's say they brought them in from the abroad. You know, when you think about it, 300K is now
So they booked a
presently
wait,
$300.
So they booked a flight for each.
It's
of the products.
$300.
They booked a flight for each.
Ah, come on now,
One-
it's $300. That's $300.
No, see, let's bring it home. Let's bring it home.
There are $300
Do you mind, Winfrey? How much does your beautiful hairdo cost?
This particular one doesn't cost over 30K.
Okay.
And to be very honest with you, there are people that would do this for way less.
Yeah,
And now we have to put
way
in
less.
consideration the fuel, because my hairdresser is always screaming. When we're doing the hair, there was no lights. You had to on generator. Do you understand? So all of that
Yeah.
literally
Rent.
Exactly. So all of
Yeah.
that, and now the current situation. So normally it probably costs like half of what it costs right now.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say.
So a shop in Lekki.
But then
now.
again, there's
Let's
still
see
a
the
place
rent.
I used to go to that was super expensive. I'm so sorry. Do
Okay.
you understand?
Yeah,
And
good.
all of that. But then again, because they offered services in a particular kind of way, it's a place
Yeah.
that you have to book appointments.
Yeah,
You miss your appointments.
exactly.
They will charge you extra.
Does it
All-
get up to
all of that.
300,000 naira, however?
No, definitely not.
Maybe 100.
And this comes with your extension.
Extension.
And
Did
whatever.
she do her nails? Did
service.
she do her nails?
No, she didn't do her nails. This
Just
is just for the
So
low-cut hair.
that happened to me when I went to do my nails. A friend of mine that I went to school with said she opened a nail salon on the
Those are
island.
the biggest drops.
And she was like, oh, come and join me. And I was like, oh, let me support her now. You know, sisterly love. And I
Yes,
was like, oh,
bro.
I'm going to do pedicure. I'll do my nails. And by the time the bill came,
wasn't what
I
you were thinking.
swallowed.
It wasn't friendly.
I swallowed saliva like 3 times.
It wasn't so friendly.
But here's the thing. For me, the bigger conversation is this. Let your lucky be your lucky. Let your lucky flex be your lucky flex.
Yeah.
What this is going to cause is that, yes, everybody wants to attain that kind of beauty. Low-cut hair is kind of like in fashion now,
In
especially
vogue,
the
yeah.
dye kind. And, you know, ladies have been doing it since. Now, if you now
Exactly.
start putting this on social media, and then every
That
other
people are
person
meant
who
to
makes
see.
a hair,
Yeah.
who makes hair, are like, is that how much they're costing? You are going to start causing a sort of inflation The reason why diamond is expensive is because of the value that we put on it. There's actually nothing.
It's carbon.
It's just simple compressed carbon. But we just say, let's make it expensive. Starting from tomorrow, it's going to be #1 million for an ounce. That's why. There's no.
Please don't shade my diamond thing.
Well,
So how much do you pay for your hair?
Yeah. When you go to
200.
Golden Tulip,
300.
extension,
500.
my barber, I've been using about 10 years.
wow.
1,500 naira only.
Wow.
Every 2 weeks, same shape,
Brazilo.
same guy.
Yeah.
He said the other time, should I dye it black because you're getting some gray? I said, "Oga, leave it gray."
No, but
How much
And
is
it's the
dye?
same thing. Funny, so
How
my
much-
husband,
wait,
the same thing as
Yes.
well. Because he...
Let's go to the correspondent for hair dyeing. He's going to tell us.
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa, where are you? Mr. Francis,
oh, this shade is not.
Grandpa, how
Tell
much is
her
your dye?
so
Alarming. It's alarming.
just
So
gra-
Grandpa
gra-
is one of our producers here, Mr.
Exactly.
Francis Azubike, and he has this beautiful
he
hair.
has the baddest haircut.
Yes, so beautiful haircut.
Baddest. Take it from me.
But at this point, we have to also look at the exchange rate. Some of those products, in fact, most of those products, they don't come from the Niger, they come from the abroad. So that's why I'm just trying to.
Anyways,
somebody has to stand
This is what I
up
wanted
for
to.
her
This is what I wanted to say, right?
Somebody.
Where I stay, right? My husband particularly still patronizes a particular hair barber. So a new fancy salon was open. I'm like, just try it. Just try. I'm about to say,
Why?
I have a problem. What's on my head?
No.
So why? And the guy's literally just lucky. It's down the road.
Do you know what? No, sorry.
And
Changing
literally,
your barber is like cheating on your wife.
yeah, I heard
We don't
that.
do it.
Is that important?
Yeah, it's serious.
Wow.
Men don't do. We stick to a barber unless we break up. Listen, if you walk into your barber store and the guy notices that this is not the hair that he cut for you before, the service he'll give to you is
not
not
gonna
the
be the
same.
same.
Like you've been around. You've been cheated. True. Fact. No cap.
Oh my goodness.
That was fun.
That was exciting to talk about.
yeah.
So
It was.
please maintain your lucky flex. Let us FTT people maintain our flex. We like it that way. What's your opinion? Share mainland flex and whatever you want to call it.
Mainland too gets expensive too these days. Okay.
Tell us what you think. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Would love to know. We'll be right back.
You know what I'd like to have for lunch? You, baby.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Exodus 20 verses 8. We are having this conversation right here and now.
So you just seen 2 short films there. That's Collide and also Thy Will Be Done. And we have with us here the, people who are responsible for them. Generally, short films are used in industry to, create a certain kind of experience that you don't get from regular films, especially to showcase one's art. Now, this is what these young people have also done here today, and they're here with us. They are the producers, executive producers, director, and also actors in those short movies we've just seen. I'm talking about none other than Mide Glover and Neoma Onyekwele. You guys are welcome. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
First of you guys are
It's
so
an honor.
young. Yeah, put that out there. And your movies, there's 3 of them, not just 2 of
Yes,
them.
3 of
short
them.
movies, Collide, Thy Will Be Done, and then there's a third
Little Miss.
Little Miss.
Yes.
Okay, that's the one I don't really know too much about.
Yeah.
But you guys are the producers, let's start there, of this movie.
Yes.
What exactly is your aim for making these short movies? Yes, Mide.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I think we're in an industry where there are a lot of us and we're all very talented. You know, I mean, we go for auditions and it's really never very easy to break in. So for us, it's really just about creating opportunities for ourselves. And I mean, it's art. So sharing our work with the world, like however that we can. And hopefully from there, the big people see us and we're now on like much more bigger platforms. And also we get to even create our work for like much more bigger platforms.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about art. Once you're passionate about it, you can't just do it for yourself. You have
True.
to show
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
Everybody has to see it. Otherwise, what's the point?
What's the point?
I see the passion in you guys, and that's very interesting. They've also been nominated for the Edo Film Festival. One of them.
Yeah.
Which one was nominated for you?
Collide was its screening was selected
to
for the
screen.
Edo State International Film Festival.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and Zuma Film Festival in
Zuma Film
Abuja.
Festival. Oh,
Yeah, that's for
fantastic.
Collide.
Oh, that is absolutely grand. But you guys didn't just produce it. I saw you in one of those.
Yes.
I actually saw you too, but she was It's yellow, so you can see. I saw you in a couple of those scenes there. You guys also acted in these movies.
Yes, so...
Trying to save money too much. The money no day. Get it?
It's not easy producing a film, and it can be cost intensive. So, and especially it being us, not many people is willing to or are willing to invest in us yet because they've not seen what we've done. Do you understand? So this is just an opportunity for us to show. So we sourced our funds. He is the writer. He's a script writer for the film.
No, sorry. I thought he was producer, actor. Now he's a writer.
He's a script writer for all 3 films.
How multi-talented are you?
I try.
You cook and clean as well. Come on. So you also wrote for all 3 of the movies.
Yes, I did.
I'm nervously going to ask who the director of these movies are.
He's the director of all 3 films.
Okay, you know what? The economy needs you to employ people.
Yes,
definitely.
it does.
I mean, everybody that worked on, like he said, about like really just doing. Everybody that worked on the 3 films are like friends that, for example, Norma and I were very good friends, but we met in film school. I have friends that we studied theater arts together, that we just came together. It's like, okay, if Norma is a very brilliant actor and we can both produce it together, why not using Norma to play? I mean, there are films that I don't act in. It's just like Really Collide that I play like the lead in. But Norma, because she's really phenomenal. She's a really talented actor.
Thank you.
I don't know if she's acting right now. Maybe deep down inside she's a wicked witch of the West, but she's just acting nice right now.
No, she's
I'm a very nice, sweet young girl.
I mean, there are films that have, like Collide has quite a number of like cast.
Actors, yes.
Yeah, and they didn't write or direct.
You would never be able to pay these guys. So I understand that everybody has to pitch in and let's do something. Let's build our own billboard.
Yes, we're trying to give ourselves a chance because I can't tell you what this has done for us so far. The visibility alone, just trying to put our films out there. So next time I go for an audition and they're like, what have you been in? And I'm, I've been in Collide, I've been in Thy Will Be Done.
Yeah. You're writing your own CV.
Yes.
It's beautiful. So I can imagine how expensive it could be to put together a short movie. But if I was to put one together, even if I acted, directed, produced, and also executively produced it, how much would I be expending in this project, for this project? A roundabout figure.
To be honest, it depends on the script.
Let's say a cast of 10.
So a film like Collide was our most expensive because we had more cast and more locations and more crew.
Members,
So I think on a total, including post-production and promotion and all of that, did we spend maybe like 700, 800?
More. Really like over $1 million.
Okay.
It is
including
including promotions and festival
this is where
submissions.
people actually, submitting their efforts. Saying, I'm going to help out. Let's do this and that.
Yes.
So why are you doing it then? Are you going to, apart from the fact that you want to showcase yourself, will these movies make you any money at the end of the day? Honestly, now.
Hopefully, it should. The on the grand scheme of things, our vision is that hopefully it gets selected for festivals where there are prizes attached to it, monetary and competitions. We hope it's going to win awards. And then hopefully our films get picked up for maybe Prime Video. There are short films on Netflix and Prime Videos and Showmax. So, yes.
We're also like starting because, these films are screening this Saturday at Viva Cinemas Ikeja, Lagos. And,
they're going to be paying customers.
Yes.
To see all 3 films, an exclusive screening, popcorn, drinks, everything.
Hey, why don't you let us see here at TVC? We could organize a little, movie day.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
we would love.
Wow, that'd be awesome.
I'm suggesting that we do that. Let's encourage these young ones and that kind of thing.
Yes, please.
So I'm very proud of you guys, and I'm hoping that I love seeing young people do great things, and I want to see that you guys actually excel when it comes to the endeavors and the effort that you guys are putting in. It's grand, it's brilliant. You guys are bright. There's one question that's outside the ordinary, however. Each time I ask her a question, there's a way she looks at you, refers to you. How long have you guys known each other?
A little.
There she's doing it again.
Okay, we've known each other since April last year.
Not longer?
No, not longer. It was just a match made in heaven.
A match made in heaven?
Yes.
She wasn't even like my...
You see where I'm going?
Yeah, and even when we met, we're not like, it was after film school.
So where's this going to end?
No, we're partners for life.
Oh, and you're touching each other. Mide, Nilma, fantastic. Love your energy.
Thank
Love what
you.
you guys do. I want to see more. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for
over.
having us. Thank you.
Let's move over now to the kitchen where I'm also quite excited about what we're going to have for breakfast this morning. Hey, so Titi, please, what are we having?
Don't get too excited, Mazino. I'm not letting you anywhere near any of this. You're gonna pay. Today's World Television Day, and on television today, we're preparing a meal. You know, back in the day, it was almost impossible to see a chef actually cook live, and now we do it every day. Can you imagine how far technology has come? Now we stream things live online. It's a whole new world thanks to technology. We have Chef T-Flow in the building. Welcome back to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you. Good morning.
We have a display of interesting ingredients here as well. Chef, what are we making today?
Boli jollof rice.
Say it one more time.
Boli. That is roasted plantain
Roasted
jollof rice.
plantain jollof rice. Boli jollof rice. Okay, so I have a feeling today is going to be a tantalizingly tasty Tuesday in the kitchen with Chef T-Flow. I'm trying to find all these T words. Well,
It's just normal name.
let's talk ingredients. Do we have anything that starts with T? Yes, tomato. Yes. So we have loads of ingredients here with you. Let's start from here. What's this?
Garlic.
Garlic.
Spring onions. This is my seasoning cube. This is my
cube.
signature.
Your signature what? Spice?
Jollof rice.
Oh, jollof rice spice.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
This is my groundnut oil.
Okay.
This is my tomato paste, my onions, this pepper maize. This is my boli.
Boli.
Yes.
Aha. So what sort of processing have you done here?
It's normal. It's like a local process, like charcoal.
Okay.
The normal grill.
So you put the charcoals on and you grilled the plantain yourself. You
Yes.
didn't buy it on the road. So how long did you grill it for? Do you have an idea?
It's just between 10 to, it depends the heat. It's just between 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, all right. And then you decided to dice it.
Because I'm cooking it with the jollof rice.
Fantastic.
This is my mackerel fish.
Mackerel. All right. So what have you done to this fish so
I haven't
far?
done anything. I will season it now before frying it.
It looks like you've done something. Oh.
No,
You've
it's just,
cleaned-
I
it's been
just
cleaned.
scrape, cut it.
You cut it down the middle.
Yeah.
Cleaned, and has it been deboned?
Yes.
Deboned. Aha. Okay.
And
so
this is my long grain rice.
long grain rice. Fantastic. So a lot of people have these kinds of ingredients at home, or they're easy to source for yourself. Let's not forget the boiled, or rather the eggs.
The egg is just for me to dice after cooking.
Okay.
To boil, just slice on the jollof rice. to make it
Fantastic. So what's the first thing we need to do?
I need to
You need to
heat my oil.
heat your oil, okay?
So I've started boiling my water to make it faster.
So you're boiling the water for which ingredient now?
For the jollof rice.
For the jollof rice. Okay, so one more time on the ingredients. While she is getting set, we are with, of course, rice, bole, that's roasted plantain, vegetable oil, ginger, garlic, tomato paste, fresh tomatoes, bell peppers, chili pepper, signature jollof mix spice, and seasoning cubes, onions, and spring onions. Those are the ingredients Chef T-Flow is working with. If you have them lying around your kitchen, maybe you want to try this out at home, please use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
Well, there's one thing that is different for me that is not here.
Oh, okay. What's that?
Salt.
Salt. Oh, well, not everybody likes adding salt to their food. So it's something that could be considered optional.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
We have the seasoning cubes at least.
And I have this is my
own
signature
spice.
And spices amazing.
And I have a feeling there is some form of salt in this spice.
Yes.
All right. Then.
So that is when I'm not using salt.
All right. So we're going in with the oil now, straight into the deep pot. And after the oil, what goes in next?
Onions.
The onions. All right. So we're going with the onions, and then what do we go in with?
Garlic.
Garlic and ginger. Woo! We've started the process, everyone. A process a lot of people are very familiar with in their homes. They sweat the onions and the garlic together to get that first aroma that we need in the kitchen. Ooh. Lovely, 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 lovely. Woo! We're off to a great start. By the time we're done,
This is my garlic.
that whole pot is gonna be filled with some very tasty jollof rice. Can't wait. Let's head over for a break, everyone. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with so much more right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
Welcome back. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria, and now we have another interesting interview. And I have here with me Ese Ayabena, who is a practicing counseling psychologist that specializes in working with individuals. She is the founder of SAM Africa Limited, with the primary objective of aiding clients in overcoming trauma and enhancing their mental health. So today, we're having a very interesting conversation, and it is myths and facts about suicide. Welcome back to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's good to always have you here. Okay,
Yeah.
Today you're going to be teaching us, right?
Okay.
Talking to us about myths and facts about suicide. First of all, I'd like to ask, I love your nails.
Thank you.
I'd like to ask, why are we talking about this particular, like, why are we having this conversation right now?
Okay, the year is we're coming to the end of the year. A lot of people become more depressed towards the end of the year and start to have suicide ideation.
Okay.
Think about it. And there are two types of suicide ideation. There's the passive and there's the active. So passively, just thinking, I wish as the year is ending, my life just ends with the year. I don't want to start the new year because they're just hopeless. And then actively thinking about suicide by planning it, or this is what I'm going to do, jumping off the bridge, and stuff like that.
All right, so now what are the facts? I think we should do the facts first before the myths, or would you like to start with the myths?
Let me start with the myths.
The
then,
myths, okay.
'cause I'll just talk
What are
about
the myths of suicide?
Okay, one of it that people choose to kill themselves. Ironic as it sounds, it's not a choice.
Wow.
So when you say choice, it means somebody has different options, right? So you can choose from them. For anybody that wants or tries to kill themselves, there are no choices. That's the only way.
That's the only way they see.
That's the only way they can see. So it's just like somebody that is drowning. At that point in time, they are struggling to breathe. But it's ironic because by breathing in, they're going to kill themselves because they're going to ingest in water. So for them, there is no way out, and they just want to find a way out. And that's the only way they can see.
They can see. So now, let me just take you back a little bit.
Okay.
And how do they come, I mean, what state of the, is their mind at that point where they see only that way? I don't know if you get the question. Like, what would
Okay.
you say the state of their mind is for them to actually get to that point? For someone to actually get to that point where they see suicide as the only way?
So there are a lot of factors. Individual factor, like maybe the person has mental health challenges, depression, anxiety. Another factor will be how they are treated by their environment, like bullying, if they're being bullied, if they don't have support system from their families. So all these factors, when they come in play, that's when that becomes the problem. People that are bullied are more susceptible to having suicide attempts than people that are not bullied, right? But ironically, some people that are even bullies are also susceptible because they don't like themselves. See, the ability to accept yourself, there's something I've learned. 3 things that, 1, the way I see myself, 2, the way I see others, and 3, the way I see the world. 1 is the way I see myself, I'm more realistic.
Okay.
I see my failures very well. I see my successes. So I don't need to hide from anything. If I'm sad, I'm sad. I let that emotion play out. If I'm happy, I'm happy. I don't need to hide from any part of me. When the way I see others, I don't compare myself to others. I don't need to be better than you. There's nothing that, why should I strive to outshine you or outdo you? I see myself more realistically that I'm in a class all by myself. Then the way I see the world, a lot of us see ourselves as, oh, the thing is happening to me. The world is, everybody just does not like me. You understand? People see the world with that, from that point of view, and that can be depressing.
That can be depressing, amazing. Okay, so we've spoken about one myth of suicides. We have others.
Yeah. So another one is they are seeking for attention. So they just it's attention seeking.
They don't really want to do it.
Even if they want to do it, it's just they are praying they will not die. So that people will now just, like, I think somebody posted something, but let's not go there. But the truth is, I'm not saying people don't do that for attention. Because I've seen some posts that icks me. You see something like, I'll go and kill myself next week. Or
people that post on social media.
Yeah.
And they say, okay, fine, I'm ending it or something like that.
I don't I don't joke with anything like that because that could actually be a cry for help. So the truth is, if someone says it out loud, take it as a cry for help. It's better to be, it's better to err on the side of caution.
Yeah.
So it's better to just take it up than to now discover later that, because a lot of us cry
A lot of people.
when everything, they're like, oh, no, and like, but you saw it coming. The person, nobody that will kill themselves will. So another myth is there's no warning sign. This thing just happened. It didn't just happen. They said things. They will say things like, I can't see. They said they will say like there's nothing in the future. They said they start
to live for.
nothing to live for. They might even say it jokingly. Ironically, a lot of people that are depressed post more on social media. Yeah. So sometimes we assume like, okay, a lot of people that post more, so they are doing it like their own cry for help. They are just coming out there, they are talking. So if someone is posting too much, just posting, check on the person. People, you don't just wait for someone to tell you that something is wrong. If someone is out of character, talking sometimes too much can be a cry for help. Not talking at all can be a cry for help. Depends on the personality. So you know your friends around you, you watch out for those signs and you just reach out. There's nothing wrong in that, especially with the times we're in right now.
All right, amazing. Okay, so are those all the myths? Have some more you like to touch on?
Okay, so one of it is the fact that we think that they are doing it to hurt us. Like, maybe a guy and a girl, and like, I'm going to kill myself, and you think, oh, you're doing it so that it will pay me, Abby. You know, that kind of a thing. So it's not about you. Sometimes people try to kill themselves because they think it's the way to save their family from pain. I always like using myself as an example because I've attempted suicide countless times. And it got to a point I felt like a burden. I was like, I kept coming, talking to people. It got to a point like, let me just save this for the stress. Because you see it on their faces. And people ask me, what do you do when people, it's in the body language. You're telling me it's okay, but in your body language, don't come again.
Yeah, I've come again.
Your wala self too much.
So it's almost as if you're seeking help, you're trying to cry out, but people are not paying attention to that. And I think, okay, so now summary, quickly, the facts. What are the facts about suicide?
Oh, the truth, you can actually help out someone by just being there. Your body language goes a long way. Listen, no judgment, empathize, try to understand. Don't just listen to hear or respond. Give them that space and that venue to express themselves.
All right, thank you so much. Definitely learned a lot here, and we're definitely having you back next week. All righty. Thank you so much once more. All right, now we're going on a quick break, right? Kiki, yeah, Titi is bickering in the kitchen. Titi, what's going on there?
There's loads boiling and bubbling right here in the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen, indeed. Now, Chef T-Flow has begun the process of boli, jollof rice. So we gave you the ingredients earlier on in case you missed it. We've already put the rice to boil. But let's talk about the process that people missed. We fried down onions, garlic, ginger. Then you added
tomato pastes.
Tomato paste?
So I leave it to fry for like a few minutes.
Okay.
So after I added my pepper mix
to
it, add my seasoned cube and my signature jollof rice.
Okay.
To bring out the spices from the set.
All right, fantastic. And then you put in the rice.
Yes.
So that was quite a bit of rice. It was quite a lot of rice.
The rice, I said earlier, I'm using long grain rice. So I wash my rice with either salt and warm water. If I don't want to parboil the rice, I use warm water and salt to wash my rice for cooking.
And it's in there now. How long are we going to be waiting on that for?
Within 10 to 15 minutes, I think it'll be ready.
All right, 10 to 15 minutes. We are definitely looking forward to it. We have some eggs boiling there as well. But now what's the next thing we need to do?
I want to just show the techniques.
Okay, for the boli.
Yes.
Okay, so she's slicing this boli down. Let's talk a bit about the grilling of this boli. So it's quite an easy process. I know you just peel the plantain, put it on the grill.
Yes.
But
you can also use your air fryer.
Air fryer?
Yes. But I like the charcoal.
Sure. Yes. Everyone is familiar with the charcoal flavor. But you know, one thing about boli is if you don't know how to grill it properly, you might have very dry boli on the inside.
It depends on the plantain you are using.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Like this one, I'm using semi-ripe.
Semi-ripe?
Yes. It's not too ripe. and it's not. So I'm using semi-ripe.
So if it's too ripe, what will happen?
It will somehow softy.
Okay.
The softness, you won't like it, and it get burnt easily.
Okay.
When the heat is too much.
All right, so overripe plantain burns too quickly. Underripe plantain will probably dry too quickly, right?
Yes.
So it's somewhere in the middle. That's what you're looking for, somewhere in the middle. So now, I know everybody is wondering, when is this going to be added to the jollof? Is it going to be after, at the very end, or somewhere in the middle?
At the very end.
At the very end. Chef T-Flow is flowing here in the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen, and we are having a blast. We're making bole, jollof rice. You don't want to miss the finished product. Stay with us. Yay! Woohoo! Good morning. It's World Television Day.
Again.
Yes, indeed. And I keep saying it because television literally changed the world.
Absolutely.
Changed the outlook on the world, changed the access to information we had.
It does. And that's why we're happy every single day when we stand here. Thank you guys very much for joining us. Second hour for a Tuesday on World Television Day. My name is Mazino Appeal.
And I'm Titilaya Oyinsan.
You're seeing us on channel 16 for GOTV, and of course, it's 49 for UHF, 121 for StarTimes. You know where to find us on Instagram or any other platform at TVC Connect.
We've
also got so much today, don't we?
Yes, we do. A lot to squeeze in. The chef has been doing amazing in the kitchen, you know. But we also have a musical performance coming your way. We have Onyekachi Chukudi, a highly talented, spirit-filled, fast-rising gospel singer and songwriter. It's going to be an amazing performance you do not want to miss. We will be having a parenting conversation as well. Omomi Obadairo is going to be right here in the studio. It's going to be an interesting conversation. We are always interested in learning something new when it comes to, you know, taking care of our kids.
Yes, and today's one's very special. The importance of play.
Play.
Yes.
Yes.
Very important, guys.
Learning through play is one thing I think a lot of families have stopped doing. We need to start getting our kids to play again, and we'll find out why later on.
Collins Ifeanyi Onweneme Ajere Enebeli. He's popularly known as Marvin Grandpa. He's the president of the Artist Managers Association in Nigeria, and he joins us on a conversation on this and much more in the music industry. If he looks familiar, well, I'll let you know exactly why when he's here.
Yeah, there's still a lot more on the show today, and we will be talking about the Eloy Awards before long. Yes, the Exquisite Lady of the Year Awards is back again, and we'll be having the scintillating Tewa Onosoya in the studio to have a conversation.
Grand.
All right, then. Now it's time for us to have another interesting conversation. We've had the pleasure of speaking with this lovely lady, exquisite lady, many times, and it's always a pleasure having her in the studio with us on Wake Up Nigeria. We're here to talk the Eloy Awards one more time with the amazing Tewa Onosoya. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Is it me or are you aging backwards?
I am.
Yes, you are.
To God's glory.
Honestly, you look amazing every single time we see
thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And your poise, your grace, everything about you has always just exuded grace, and I'm just so amazed by your consistency. And when I use that term, consistency, 15 years.
Yes.
Goodness me.
Yes. 15 years. I know, right? Even I can't believe it. 15 years. Like, seriously? Every year, 15 years? Yeah, but yeah, here we are.
15th edition of the Eloy Awards.
Yes.
So, I have a question. Do you feel like Exquisite Lady of the Year still means exactly the same thing as when it began 15 years ago?
Yes, I think so. Even more now, actually, because when we started, we were all about celebrating women in different fields, women of excellence in different fields and things like that. But now it has evolved to not just celebrating women, but also sustaining women empowerment, and then also now celebrating the men that do advocate for women as well. So it's, I suppose the sky is the limit. It just keeps growing and getting better. Like a child, a child's a baby, goes to a toddler, then becomes a young adult and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
So, honestly, so let's talk the theme.
Yeah.
Sustaining women empowerment, you mentioned that earlier. But this is through technology and innovation.
Yes.
So what's the
Yes,
mindset around that addition?
So the mindset around that is the fact that it's because of the fact that we're now in a technology age, whether we like it or not. You know, the digital space, the social media space, and everything else. So we want people to be able to understand the fact that you either move with the technology age, or you know, the business or the person dies, so to speak. So instead of staying stagnant, move with the age. Businesses are doing excellently well online now. You know, businesses have both online and offline. And then technology is just moving people. Now we've become a global village where you can be in Nigeria and be selling stuff to people in America or, you know, Australia or different places like that. And then innovation as well. One has to innovate. You know, look at your business model or look at yourself, look at what, you know, what's working, what's not working, then innovate to grow so that you build yourself and you thrive as well. So that's what we're talking about at the Eloy conference this year.
So I'm wondering about if you can say people are ready to embrace technology. Because it still feels like a lot of people are still left in the stone. I think, I think some people are still, you know, thinking, oh, should I not? But whether we like it or not, we have to get into that space. We have to move into that space. A lot of businesses that probably have a brick and mortar know that they have to be online to be able to get their customers. And now it's not all about getting maybe 1 or 2 customers that walk in. Now it's about talking to thousands of people or hundreds of people in one day and seeing the results from there. So I think we're at a phase where, because technology is so out there, people are working towards becoming more techie, so to speak, and using the different mediums that are available as well. I can still remember how many WhatsApp groups I was removed from because of some of my tech ideas. And, you know, like, so, but people that used to know me from those groups, they still send me DMs and now ask me tech questions.
Yeah,
I'm like, really? It's an interesting time we're living in.
Yes,
and you've brought some interesting speakers to be part of the conference this year. The Eloy conference is holding on Friday, 24th of November. And some of the speakers here, let me look at them now. We have Dr. Omolola Salako.
Yes.
Right?
So with Dr. Omolola Salako, she's on a panel where we're talking about tech for social impact. So we're talking about, you know, how technology has been working towards you making a difference in your community. Social impact. Dr. Omolola, for example, has an app where you can log on to, you know, get all the information about cancer treatments and blah, blah, blah. And people need to know that outside the business you do, you need to also have some form of corporate social responsibility. And that can be in a tech space.
You did mention that you added a man to the panel. I'll get to him in a second. But you have here Tosin Ajibade as well.
Yes, Tosin Ajibade. Everybody knows Tosin Ajibade, you know, with a digital media guru, so to speak.
Olori Supergirl.
And Olori Supergirl, And she's on a panel discussion where we're talking about internet as a space to grow your business and grow yourself as well.
Fantastic.
And I mean, she's there alongside Ife Dayo, alongside, I can't remember off the top of my head, but these women are the women who are in that space, making a headway in that space.
So the gentleman joining them as a speaker here is the Dr. Obadare Adewale.
Yeah, he's a tech guru. So he's coming to talk to us about how technology can promote entrepreneurship. So we all need to, what we've said is that we all need to know all of these ways technology and innovation can help us personally and in our businesses or career as well. So we say that at the Eloy Awards, you're going to get actionable tips for you to propel yourself into the next level.
Okay, so the conference is in the morning from 9 a.m. But then later on that day, from 5 p.m., it's time to get all glammed up.
It's time to get all glammed up. And this year, our dress code is shine like a star.
Shine like a star.
Shine like a star.
We're bringing out the bling.
Yes, we're bringing out the bling. This year, the theme of the Eloy Awards is the year of resilience. So we're celebrating all our nominees who have, you know, been through everything, you know, falling 9 times, getting up 10 and things like that, working to be the best version of themselves. And then on the day we're going to announce the winners, we're looking forward to that.
Okay.
And we're, you know, we want people to know these people's names and to know that women are doing excellently well in different fields to inspire other women. I'm inspired.
Honestly, you inspire us every year.
Oh, thank you.
With your consistency, really. Honestly, the fact that it's for those who have tried to, you know, start their own awards and organizations like yours, they can tell that, you know, it's definitely not easy.
Oh, it's not.
And we're also in a time and age where even getting sponsorship for events has been challenging. For a lot of people. So thank you and kudos.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see all the glam on that carpet.
Me too, me too. And I can't wait to see what you're going to be wearing.
What am I going to be wearing? I need to start on. Okay, so we have our own in-house glam queen.
Team.
I'm talking about Ready to Wear by MM. Now she gonna hook me up with something.
I'm sure.
Yes, so
I'm
can't
sure.
wait. Maybe I'll be nominating her next year.
Exactly. Exactly. Why not?
Yes, so if she gives me a dress.
Why not?
But it's always great to have you in the building.
It's great to be here.
And congratulations on
Thank you.
year 15.
Yep. Thank you.
So save the date, everyone. Friday, 24th of November is the Eloy Awards. You should check them out online to find out the nominees. Has it closed? It hasn't closed.
Yes, voting has closed.
Oh,
yeah, so we have our winners, more or less. Yes,
fantastic.
yes.
Okay, we're going to find out who those winners are on the day of the awards. But as always, we'll be bringing you loads more about the winners and maybe bring some of them in here.
Yes, actually.
All right, then. All right, let's take a quick break. There's still quite a bit more right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We're still here, Wake Up Nigeria. We have another interesting conversation today. And right now, it's about parenting. And we're joined by Omomi Obidairo, the founder of Haven Edu Services, a childhood ed care firm. And she'll be discussing with us today the power of play and making the most out of it. Welcome back to Wake Up Nigeria. How you doing today?
Fantastic.
All right, amazing. So now tell me, this power of play, because I remember growing up and yeah, I did play, but I don't think it was something that was consciously put into like a schedule. Do you understand? So why? What is the power of play? Tell me about it.
All right. If we're going to compare our own time to the time and age we are, I'd say we actually probably unconsciously, maybe, and probably to some parents very intentionally, we enjoyed the power of play because we were able to explore freely without any schedule being put into it, without anybody holding us accountable for the kind of play we do. But in this time, because of a lot of things happening around, kids are, how do I put it, they are not free enough to be allowed to play and explore, because the power of play is exploration. It is letting them being able to express themselves, letting them help and grow their mental health, help them grow their social and emotional health as well. So that's the power of play. It helps them grow, it helps them build themselves, it helps them build an emotion. That is the power of play, which is not so much that we are getting in this time and age, because like we talked about screen time, it's taking, and and a lot of tight schedules, and because everybody is strict on things, and we trying to be intentional parents but being strict on a particular thing, also because of that we are getting in the way of allowing them explore and allowing them play.
All right, amazing. So now, before we go any further, I think it's important we define play. What can we say play means now?
Okay, basically play is just exploring, being oneself, being creative, being able to be creative and think outside the box. You understand? That's play. It's just having fun. It's just being joyful, being able to just, be yourself, either as a child or as an adult. Yeah.
So it's also important as
it's not just limited to children.
With all the responsibilities?
We should actually play, because at the end of the day, we find out that it helps us offload all those stress, and it helps us be in that place. You see, sometimes when as adults we get to play with children, you see that 5 minutes or 10 minutes of play, we notice that we forget all our sorrows, we forget all the problems, and there's this joy we feel from within. And after play, at the end of the day, you might realize that some ideas start coming to you because it's actually also a place of creativity. I've heard some people in the place of play, they've discovered ideas, you know, for a particular challenge, and, you know, it's just helped themselves, probably from their children playing, watching that child play, and they discovered how the child solved the particular problem during play, and they were able to apply it to their own lives, and it helped them.
All right, so what would you say would be the best way to like structure out these times? Now, I mean, with a whole lot happening, you know, parents are busy, fine, kids are going to school, so there's usually like a routine for, okay, how to drop off or pick up kids, everybody comes back home, you have lunchtime, dinner time, siesta, all that kind of stuff. So now how would you say would be the best way to like create time consciously for play? And like how much play is too much play?
Can there really be too much play? Can there really be too much play? Yeah. You know, it's a whole lot.
Yeah.
So sometimes if we don't balance things, like I always say, balance is actually, it would help us live life. Yeah. If we don't balance things, then we can begin to have some negative side effects. So really, like we talked about routine, last week, if we try as much as possible to say, oh, every day of the week, I want to choose a particular time, you understand, in our routine to have my child play, even if it's before bedtime. So we try to find, it might not necessarily happen all the time because of the way our lives are structured and all of that, but we shouldn't be, like I mentioned, we shouldn't be tight with our schedules. So we should try and imbibe it into our daily routines. And we should try, if possible, as much as possible, every day, we should actually let children play, and we should also play. And we should also try to find time to also be a part of our child's playtime. Because there is the children playing and just leaving them be, and there is the we as a parent being a part of that play. It goes a long way in also helping them. It helps them bond with us, and also playing with their peers. Because in the society nowadays, probably I stay in an estate, my child, myself, my house. You understand? It's difficult for me to want to have my child play with neighbors, not even with all the vices out there. I'm always like, because it happens to all likes of us. So being too careful also might also come in the way of our child getting the most out of play.
Okay, that actually sounds very fun. So now when you're talking about children playing, what type of activities would you advise?
There are different kind of activities, and we shouldn't be restrictive. Now, I must quickly point out that as parents, especially intentional parents, there are some things you see your child play and you're scared because you realize probably they picked it off of TV. For example, if your child is playing and your child decides to use probably drumstick or his drumstick to act as a gun, and you are beginning to be like, no, what kind of play is that? You know, that kind of thing. But sometimes research has shown that you should let children express themselves sometimes. Because the truth is, you are the one probably with the bad mindset. You understand? That child might not necessarily be thinking it that way. And there are ways to even go about helping that child out of it, rather than just coming off as from the place of fear. You understand? Fear to say, oh, don't do that, don't do that. There are ways to now help the child see what is right and what is wrong.
And also, it actually also helps you as a parent to understand where the child is mentally. Because I remember watching something, I can't remember, the child was asked to paint, like just, like the guy literally drew something, and they literally had to take the kid into like therapy, and the therapist was literally saying all manner of things, and I'm like, wow, is that deep? Okay, so now, for adults now, because you need to help us with everything that's happening, what type of activities would you advise for adults?
All right, especially if it's adults with kids, it's fantastic to just try to put your own play routine into your child's play routine and let them be creative. Don't force anything on them. They will definitely give you something that at the end of the day you find interesting for yourself. Don't try to force an activity on them. And
so like what, puzzles?
There are different kind of plays. It could even be, if you, for example, if you have a toddler, you can put your toddler by the bathtub to start filling in water. That's in fact, that's a whole lot of activity for that child. Yeah, so there are different kind of things they could do. They could decide to draw. They could decide to sketch. You could even dance with your children. The child dance, you dance, and be silly, giggle, be funny. And that helps a whole lot. It helps the child trust you and have confidence in you.
All right, amazing. Thank you so much, so much for this. Always a pleasure having you here.
It's my pleasure.
We're having you next week again, right?
Yeah,
awesome, amazing. Okay, so that's it on this conversation. Play, allow your kids play and join them as well. Life is not as serious, all right? Amazing. Now we're going on a quick break, and when we come back, we still have a very interesting conversation you definitely enjoy. Stay with us.
And you're welcome back, and I am absolutely excited to be the one having this final interview today with none other than Collins Ifeanyi Onwuneme Ajere Enebeli. He's popularly known as Mavin Grandpa for a reason. He is the president of Artist Managers Association in Nigeria, and he joins us today for a conversation on this and much more. Most of you might also know him as the father of the one and only Don Jazzy. You are welcome, Mavin Grandpa. Good to have you here. Fantastic.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I can't tell you how excited I am that you're here and that I'm the one who's actually having this conversation with you. As we were having the pre-conversation or pre-interview right there, and I was like, I feel like I'm talking to somebody who, you know, understands everything the way I do.
Really?
Yes. It doesn't seem like you are from an older generation. It seems like you're my generation. So I feel uncomfortable calling you Mavin Grandpa. Let me put it that way. Well, good to have you here, sir.
Thank you very much.
Now, it's impossible to separate the fact that your son is Don Jazzy. So some of the questions I might be asking would be about Don Jazzy. But you've been in the business for such a long time, and you've maintained a very, you know, I don't know how to put it, consistent yet under the radar type appearance when it comes to your achievements in the entertainment industry. How far back have you been in the entertainment industry and the likes?
Yeah, talking about being in the entertainment industry, that dates back quite long to the very early 70s, so to say.
Wow.
And the interest was born out of a passion I've always had from childhood, because I come from a family that has a deep interest in music. My late father was into music of some sort. He played the organ and the grand piano in the Trinity Cathedral in Onitsha.
The big symphonic one with the pipes.
In the Trinity Cathedral in Onitsha, way back in the colonial empire days.
Wow.
And also he led the band, the brigade, those people that throw their stick and lead the band. So that was the sort of musical background. And my mom was a passionate singer, a chorister, and spent most of her time getting familiar with songs that made great impact globally. And she's a fan of record songbooks, where you have all sorts of songs from across the world arranged in alphabetical order. And
there was no gainsaying that you were going to turn out so, and that you were also going to pass that passion to your son.
Yeah,
Don Jazzy,
we
love
that background.
I saw a video of him performing to Blackie's Will You Have a Dance when he was a kid. Now I'm assuming that you were somewhere in the background there.
Of course, I made that happen. I put it together. It was during the birthday party of the prince, my last son. And being that I had already developed the interest of wanting them to have a real-time artist live audience experience, I started him early performing in occasions like that. That wasn't the only occasion I performed, but the particular one that I put out in the social media was the one of the prince's birthday when I had him perform with a live band.
Wow.
I got it recorded.
That is fantastic. So it's safe to say that you've had a very big influence on the Nigerian music scene, even as it is now when it comes to Afrobeats and the rest, because Don Jazzy himself was quite pivotal in how music shifted in Nigeria, for Nigerians, for Afrobeats itself, to the rest of the world. So that was intentional. And that was pretty much by you. Let's put it so.
No, not necessarily. Everyone have their calling and have what they are bringing to the table. Besides, I have my reservation about the Afrobeats genre description.
Hear it, please?
Yes, I do, because I sort of think that description of that genre is a little bit suspect, as long as I understand it. I know of Afrobeat, which originally was created by Fela, and I failed to get my head around people trying to pluralize a genre by adding an X and boxing everything that is Afrocentric into a genre that they wanted to create. I didn't like it, but those who came up with that narrative, they had their agenda, and I had to probe to know why it was so.
So I understand that, and I also feel the same way. See what I say when I say we perhaps maybe like are from the same generation? Winfrey's going to say I'm old now, but there's an even older argument regarding Afrobeat. Now, whether Afrobeat is actually Nigerian, because it was Fela Kuti, was Zil Onya, but they were in Ghana.
Yeah, there was a reason for that. Yeah, at the time, high life music was a popular music that the Ghanaians had claim of being the pioneers of high life music. And for you to be accepted as a high life artist, you need to play high life in Ghana. So it was like going on pilgrimage, musical pilgrimage.
Exactly.
So if you do not go to Ghana to play high life music, they don't recognize you as a high life artist. And most of these artists you mentioned, they had high life background, Fela inclusive, Victor Waifo, Zilonia, Ian Henshaw, Bobby Benson, Victor Laya.
I always like to always mention Zil Onya because he was very, very, very important. Winfrey, do you know Zil Onya? Do you know Zil? You got? They don't know Zil Onya.
I know him.
In any case, you're also the artist managers, president of the Artist Managers Association of Nigeria.
In Nigeria, not of Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
Yeah.
What's the difference? There a difference there?
Yeah, there is a difference. If you of Nigeria, you are domiciled only dealing with Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
But when you say in Nigeria, you have affiliates around the world because there's always going to be a synergy between those practicing artist management in Nigeria and those around the world. And we had always known there will be a time we'll have a need for artists to be performing around the world. So you need international plugs here and there, people carrying out one form or the other type of intermediary services. They're all managers, and you need to have them in groups and have this connection to make things flawless, and that's why you see things happening the way it is now.
Wow. First off, I congratulate you because it can't be easy being president of that kind of an association. Noting that the people spread across the generations who might not understand why certain principles or policies might be the way they are, or those who are operating outside of the body. How do you deal with all of these different preferences?
Yeah, it had always been known because one of the things that people do say about the music industry not moving as progressively enough as they thought it would be, they always hinge their argument on the fact that they said there are no structures. And I keep asking them, if you say there are no structures, who do you look up to build the structures?
Exactly.
You have to be the change that you want to see by participating and being part of those to build that structure. And that was why intentionally, when we set up the organization, we had different programs that will help inculcate the kind of knowledge that we expect our members to have to be eventually validated as competent managers. And by that, we do have programs such as in-house orientation masterclasses that focus on different aspects of artist management culture, including strategies to adopt to carry out the business.
Wow.
So,
you've got a lot of work on your hands.
not only my hands, there are other professionals who are there
leading that organization.
because I know what we ought to do, and you lead by example by showing the way, and you have to do it from a knowledge-driven point of view and not being a charlatan. Yes.
Fantastic. Let's come back and talk about Don Jazzy. Very reserved person. Is Don Jazzy married?
Yeah, he was married.
He was married?
Yes.
Because there was that rumor, but now you're telling us it's not a rumor.
No, he was married.
Whatever happened?
Well, they decided to...
Do you wish that he still was, or do you want him to get back married? What hopes do you have?
That's his choice. The question of marriage is individual choice. There are people who choose marriage, and there are those who don't, and yet have relationships that might blossom into what makes their life complete.
Do you think his choice to stay single has any is a factor to why he's perhaps really good at what he does?
No, I wouldn't say that. He knows best what works for him, and it is good to allow people to exercise the flexibility of their line of thought.
Oh, you're very diplomatic.
Sure.
All right, so I'm sure that not everybody knows this, but with all the wealth of knowledge that you have, you're also putting together a memoir or a book, or books is what I hear. What's this experience been like writing these books, and when are we expecting to see and read these fine work?
I know when I started keeping them in different, each dealing with different issues as it concerns my life, but when it is going to be rounded up, I don't know for now, because I haven't placed any timelines on whatever I intend doing, because it is an ongoing thing. However, I've allowed my children to know exactly where it is, and I file them in folders in case of incasity.
Good idea. We don't want to lose all of that information, all of that wealth of knowledge and everything. Mavin Grandpa, it has been an honor to actually sit on the couch here with you today and have this very grand conversation. Did you want to say something real quick?
Yes, of course.
Please
the Aman Awards
comes
up on the 26th of November 2020.
Aman Awards.
Aman Awards.
Artist Managers Association of
Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
In Nigeria, right. We'll be having the maiden edition of the Aman Awards, which will be one of the awards that I know moving forward will be much sought after within the creative industries. So come 26th of November, which is next Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. It's weekend.
The awards will be taking place at Eco Hotel and Suites, and I hope that those who will experience it will see reason to know that Aman is here for real.
Knowing that you're behind it, I have no doubts that it's going to be a grand event, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope I get a VVIP table.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been grand. Thank you very much. But we can't let you just go like that. It's the reason why I think our producers asked you to come hungry, because we have something prepared inside of the kitchen. So I'm going to bring you over to the kitchen with our delectable ladies of Wake Up Nigeria so we could serve you some breakfast, if you don't mind. Let's go already.
Okay.
Very interesting.
right.
So I just wanted to mention one other thing. Everything in your life seems a bit too deliberate. It's like as if you also deliberately engineered your kids to look like you. Please tell us the secrets so we know exactly how to get this going on, you know.
I'm selling it too.
Put it in a bottle, take it to ShopRite.
That was fun. That was funny. We have Chef Tiflo in the kitchen, and she's put together something nice. She calls it bole, jollof rice. So there's roasted bole inside this jollof rice. So now we have the pleasure of...
that one with the spoon?
Should we take this one?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's take this one. We have the pleasure of giving you this to taste. Please, let us know what you think. Have a taste. And let us know
So
what you think.
I hope when I taste it, I will not automatically join the Longer Throat Association.
You're welcome. We're all in there already.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Please tell us what it tastes like. We'd like to know. It looks like a commercial for the chef.
That's very delicious.
Yes, delicious. That was the whole idea. Thank you so much. It's been a very, very nice Tuesday.
It's been an exciting one for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely have enjoyed it. It's World Television Day again, and that's why we went the extra mile to make sure that all our guests, all our content today was extra special. Thank you very much, sir, once again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our chef, and thank you
so
to
much.
everybody out there who stayed tuned since 7 a.m. in the morning. Tomorrow for a midweek edition, Hump of the Week, we get to do it all over again.
Yes, of course.
You guys have any final things to say?
Keep your TV on throughout today, only today. Only
Yeah.
on TV. And right here on TVC.
Thank you very much, guys.
Have
Bye-bye,
a great day,
everybody.
everyone. Bye.